Christy's on.
Hey everyone, welcome to our mid-afternoon phone call for personal trainers. We've got the one and only Chris Brown here, who's gonna, who's gonna tell us a little bit about why he chose Isagenix and the benefits that it is giving to his clients as well as himself. Chris Brown has been a personal trainer for over 29 years. I don't want to take anything away from that because being a personal trainer is rigorous, and for him to been doing that for 29 years is a huge testament to his success, and I'm sure the clients that he's helped over those 29 years. He is a father to a beautiful daughter, and she is 6 years old, and they live in Crofton, Maryland. So we're just going to jump right into this because we are going to share this with many of our personal trainer friends as recording. So I have recorded this. And so Chris, the first question I wanted to ask you is, you've been a personal trainer for 29 years. Oh, you know what? I didn't introduce myself. Let me introduce myself really quick before we jump in.
That's important.
My name is Robin Cermak, and I've been with Isagenix for almost 12 years. I am an Isagenix millionaire, and I truly am so passionate about these products and everything that it can help with, from weight loss to healthy aging to amazing, amazing energy. I started Isagenix, and my personal trainer, Chris, if you didn't know this, basically was the talk of the town in our gym because everyone wanted to know what he was doing for me to get such amazing results in such a short period of time. So everyone wanted him to basically come and personal train them after seeing my amazing results on Isagenix. So I know that this is a big deal for personal trainers, and I know it can help in so many ways. First of all, with their client retention, with helping their clients see success, and we're going to go into all of that. So again, thank you so much for getting on this call. So, all right, after 29 years, Chris, why Isagenix? And after training so many people, what made you go with Isagenix, and what made you take that turn?
So my story will sound familiar to a lot of the trainers. When I first started, I did it on my own. I would send everybody to GNC. You know, oh, you want to do protein shakes? Go to GNC. This is the brand that I use. I recommend it. Yeah, I was using GNC products. I was telling my clients to use GNC products. After a while, there was a member at the gym who was with Herbalife and said, well, why are you paying GNC to do the same thing you can do yourself and make money? It made sense to me. So spend thousands of dollars on Herbalife. Didn't make a dime back. Next thing you know, Market America says, well, we do it better than Herbalife. Didn't make a dime. ID Life was next. Airbond was after that. So I took a break, and then I actually, which is a growing trend now, I started doing my own meal prep. So I was preparing meals for clients, and that got to be exhausting. I mean, I was part of the problem. I started getting sick of chicken, which I never do. I love chicken. So I was meal prepping for people, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I had packages set up, so you paid me for to do just breakfast, you paid me to do just your lunch, just your dinner, all of it. It became exhausting. So one of the things that they all had in common that I believe with Isagenix is different is none of those companies were sustainable. You just, for a certain time, you did it, you received a few results, your clients were kind of happy, but then they were just sick of just doing shakes, just doing pills. Well, with Isagenix, one of the main things is it is sustainable. You know, that's probably the number one reason. When Adam Sisk brought it to my attention, initially I was turned off, not necessarily by Isagenix, but the idea of using a company like that again. So once I dove into it and realized not only the product was better, it was sustainable, it was delicious, by the way, which some of those other products were not. That was the number one reason. But then the compensation happens almost immediately, which was also a big deal. With Herbalife, I remember ordering $2,500 worth of product, and I just stuffed it in my closet, and I basically became a retailer. And that wasn't what my intention was or my goal. So sustainability, the compensation is almost immediate. And then the enormous support team. I mean, I knew Adam from a different time in our lives as high schoolers and college. And then when Adam came out, And one for the first thing is I saw Adam online, and he looked amazing. He was traveling the world. So I'm the one that messaged him the third time. I said, what do you got going on? I need to be a part of this. So that financial freedom will come later, but that's how it kind of got started there. And then once I started believing in the product myself, to give you an idea, that's my sister and brother-in-law's Isagenix bar. So once I started to believe it, then my family started to try it and believe it, and so forth. So there's a lot to be said about the compensation, the sustainability, and the enormous team that comes with Isagenix and the supporting team that, if you have a smartphone, which everyone does now, the vibration, the text, the stuff of support is just unreal. So those are the three main reasons why I got involved with Isagenix.
Awesome. Well, I know that it's so frustrating for personal trainers because you spend all this time with your clients in the gym, and then they go home and you have no idea what they're putting in their bodies, right? And
Right.
We all know that success is 80% nutrition and 20% in the gym. And
Absolutely.
so for most personal trainers, I think it's the same thing, that you work so hard and to get them, and your biggest thrill is obviously seeing them succeed and getting them the results they're looking for. But sometimes you're treading water with, their not so healthy habits at home. So this has got to be like something that, and obviously you believe Isagenix works. I believe Isagenix works. And, that's the thrill that you get to start seeing the results for the clients, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's something to be said about that, because with Isagenix, we can get into the specifics there. You can track if your client is doing it or not. Whereas when I was sending them to GNC, when I was giving them Herbalife, when I was making meal preps for them, they could have just thrown all that stuff away and be like, yeah, I'm using it. But you can track when people order or don't order, and you can just check up on them. Yeah. So they do the hard work for you.
It's so great. All right. So the next question I have for you is, how has it taken an already successful business? I mean, we said earlier that you've been doing this for 29 years. Huge testament to your success as a personal trainer, because you've made it your occupation for almost 3 decades. And how has Isagenix and taking on this new role as a nutrition coach, I guess, changed your already successful, very successful business?
That's a very important question, and it's this is the more exciting part of Isagenix for me, because number one, it gives you leverage. Okay, you can, for example, you can package, as a trainer, you can package training with Isagenix however you want. So what I do, and this is key, is I always incentivize one or the other. So if you do, for example, you do one way. If you buy a value pack, I will honor 3 personal training sessions. If they buy a bigger pack, you can do whatever's most comfortable for you. But you can market it that way. You can leverage the client to start one or the other, and basically do the same, both at the same time. Or you can do it in reverse. If you sign up for a monthly package, and every month that you continue, you will receive 2 canisters or a box of bars and a canister of shake. So you can add it into the rate. So that way, you're not losing any money. You're gaining a team member. You're gaining a Isagenix client/member. And your business, both sides of your business continue to grow. Your personal training and Isagenix, because they work hand in hand. But leverage is huge with Isagenix. I mean, it's the key to my training, and it's kept me consistent, not only in the business, but with my same people. I have clients that have had, if I'm doing 29 years, I have clients that have had 26 years, and they are religious Isagenix purchasers and followers. So that's number one. Number 2 is referrals and gifts. So if a client of mine brings me a client, not only do I give my client the option of a box of bars or a canister of shakes, especially if they're already Isagenix members, but I also gift the new person a sample pack or a sample cup. So that way both of them are taken care of, and they can spread the word. And by the way, even if they're not a huge fans of shakes or bars, there's other products that we can use. So I ask them, do they take vitamins? Then I'll gift them a vitamin box. Do they have do they practice and believe in essential oils? Then you can gift them that. So you get different avenues of getting them started, but with leverage and referrals, both of your businesses go hand in hand and continue to grow. And it's helped me maintain not only my clientele base, current clientele base, but that's how I bring in new people and maintain them for a long time as well.
And that's amazing. And so what are the results that you're seeing in your clients? I mean, tell me what it is that makes these products so different from everything out there that you've recommended and tried and participated in the past. What is the magic? What's the epitome of the difference in Isagenix?
So that's also a good question, because that's the question that people ask me. Like whenever anyone says, why Isagenix compared to this, compared to that, and I tell them the staple of our shakes is a very balanced product. Because right now, with social media and even regular media, when you go to the grocery stores, people are afraid of carbs. They don't want to deal with any carbs, so it's low carbs, high protein. And that essentially isn't true, especially if you're working with weights, if you're doing any kind of resistance training and weight training. Now, there are good carbs, there are bad carbs, as we all know. So our shakes having 24 grams of protein, or isolene shakes, and 24 grams of carbs, I tell people that balanced nutrition every time you have it helps you sustain a consistent weight loss. But more importantly, if you decide, hey, your kid's having a pizza party and that slice of cheese pizza is really, really staring at you, calling your name, you can literally have a slice or two of pizza and not feel, one, so guilty that you crash, but two, your body doesn't react the same as if you went zero carbs or very low carbs for a long time. So I tell them that the product itself is very balanced. And then I don't care if you go to a nutritionist or you look it up online, when they talk about weight loss, when they talk about better health, it's all about balanced nutrition. And I think that's the biggest difference in our products compared to everybody else's.
And I think for me, I mean, I've been on the products for over 11 years. It's an easy, convenient lifestyle, and it is sustainable. So, I mean, the convenience, I mean, your person could be in the gym drinking their lunch while you're training with them. I mean, that's the crazy part, right?
One of the number one questions that I get people all the time, especially the naysayers, and I have a little a method of doing it. It's pretty easy. It's pretty fun because I kind of get a little cocky with it. The first thing I ask them is, what did you have for breakfast? It's amazing. You can interview 100 people. You can ask 100 people, 100 strangers, 100 friends. It doesn't matter. 95 will say a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So I go, all right, well, why don't we start with that? Why don't we just have a shake in the morning? You can have it with your coffee, before your coffee, after your coffee, whatever. I don't want to take your coffee away, but let's have some balanced food going in. And it's amazing because people, they can't say anything. They can't say, well, I don't like breakfast. Well, that's why you can't lose weight. So if there's any trainer out there that understands nutrition, they know that that's one of the most important times to eat or drink or, get the nutrition the content back in your system. And that's what we do.
And I was that person for many years before I found this program. And, I realized that I would have my lunch at 1:00. So 13 hours out of every day, I had zero nutrients in my body for over half the day. That is so scary. And
Robin's a runner, so she knows that she needs more nutrients. She needs more calories, and she still didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And I couldn't get any results. That's why I wasn't getting any results. It's very clear now in hindsight. That we say, change your breakfast, change your life, right? It's
It's the most important meal. And then if for trainers, you have clients. If you're a trainer, you're training with resistance training, is cardiovascular. The two most important times to have a shake or eat or have nutrition is breakfast and after a workout. And over 90% of people don't do either, one or the other or either.
So I've been, I've talked to many personal trainers over the years, and some of the objections that I get are, I don't want to be bothered with nutrition. I really want to focus on their workouts and, what they do at home. I really want to just focus on the task at hand, meaning their workouts, or that, I don't feel right getting compensated for telling them what to eat. Right. So how do you deal with those? How do you feel about that? Because this is for personal trainers. We're going to be sharing this with personal trainers. So those are two of the main objections. So how would you address that for them?
So as far as, being compensated for it, you're already sending people elsewhere to do the products. So if you don't want to be compensated for it because you don't want to dig into the business, then use that referral money to put it back into your gifts. So you don't want to do the business. You don't want, you feel bad being compensated for something that you're already naturally doing. Then go back to what I said about using it as leverage is reward your clients on their birthdays, on the anniversaries of training, for reaching certain milestones, for bringing in like when I used to do a partner and me type training where every so often someone brought a partner, they got a T-shirt, they got some merchandise. In this case, you use that money to put it back into your business. So if you don't want to get compensated, that's fine. Put it back into your business, and it's a continuous write-off.
Well, and they're paying you to get healthy, right? I mean, it's one and the same. I mean, basically, you're already being compensated.
I know very few trainers. I could probably mention 2 out of the hundreds that I've met that don't do some kind of product. So if anything, use the product for yourself.
Right.
And if you don't believe, you probably haven't tried it, really, not yet.
Right. So for upcoming trainers, as well as veteran trainers, what would be your advice to them getting started? Or what would be your advice to them to say, get in this? Because your retention goes through the roof with your clients. I mean, I said it earlier that everybody wanted my personal trainer after my results in just
Absolutely.
Isagenix. So what is your advice to them?
So that's there used to be a gym in DC called Results Gym, and I think that's a fascinating name for a gym. I think results equal retention. So you said it earlier. If it makes it convenient for those people that work 5 a.m. till 8 o'clock in the evening. So just be more efficient. That'd be my advice. Let Isagenix do the legwork. They'll ship it out to you. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, send it back. They'll return your money, or they'll ship you something that you do want. So if you be more efficient, you can concentrate on the things that you want to concentrate on, as well as personal life. Don't forget, trainers, we don't get paid when we don't work. If you're not in there doing sessions after sessions after sessions, I know a very successful trainer, madly successful, but his problem is he can never take off because he's been so committed. He also doesn't want to spend the time away from making money because he don't want to spend the money. So remember this, write it down. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. So be more efficient. Do what your passion is with training. Let Isagenix complement that. Let them work for you, with you, so that way you can be more efficient. And what's another saying is called? It's work smarter, not harder. So it allows you, the beginning people, not to dive into things that they're not used to, and the veterans to be able to enjoy the rest of training in life as can be done.
Well, here's the beautiful part about all of this. You have a client. That client goes to a family reunion or in a local family reunion, and everyone's like, what are you doing? You look absolutely amazing. And she says, I'm working out with Chris Brown, and he has it all lined up for me, and he's got my nutrition, and he's got my workouts, and it's all turnkey. It's all in one place, and I can recommend him to you. And then basically you get the referrals for being the personal trainer. So your business is exploding because you're getting the results that you're looking for with your clients, and they're referring Isagenix. So your Isagenix team is growing as well. It's twofold. It's double bang, right?
Absolutely. Yep. I mean, and they work hand in hand. So when one starts to slip, the other, say for example, I have a client who just doesn't want to make it in the gym. All right, no worries. I understand things are busy. So I see that you're staying on your program. You just reordered. You're doing well with that. Let me remind you, because you're not working out, try this instead of what we originally started with when you were working out. So now Isagenix business grows a little bit. They start to see results again. They're amped up. They're excited to come back into the gym. So it continues to work hand in hand, and it only makes you, the trainer, look better.
Exactly.
And it will never leave you. They will never leave you.
Exactly. So when people want to find you, Chris Brown, how do they find you?
Well, I will be at Gold's Gym in Crofton. Okay. You can also reach out to me via text at 301-343-1385 or at chris@athleticexcellencetraining.com. But you will see me at Gold's Gym in Crofton. I'll be a main staple there beginning tomorrow. And if you can reach Robin, you can reach me.
Athletic Excellence Training. That's the name of your company. Awesome. Well, I can't thank you enough, Chris. I think that we've shed some light on what most people think is more of a hassle than it is an opportunity. And this is an absolute opportunity for any personal trainer out there. They could absolutely stop. You said it earlier. You're trading time for money. Wouldn't it be great if you got to just train your favorite clients and you didn't have to, hustle from 7 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night, and you had that residual income coming in along with doing your passion of personal training?
Absolutely. We do personal training because we love people. We love to be in the gym setting. We like to wear sweatpants to work. So when you want to wear your bathing suit or dress up and go somewhere fancy, then the Isagenix portion kicks in and you're able to survive a little bit. If you could be like Robin, that's the main goal. Leave personal training and end up like Robin. Train when you want, and just a little bit here and there.
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good being me. But anyway, well, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully this inspires many other personal trainers to get started and offer Isagenix to their clients. So thank you so much, and thanks everybody else for getting on the call. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.